This game was a complete disaster, and I cannot justify longer than 10 minutes of your time to explain what happened. And I also need a video out so you guys aren't wondering what I've been doing the past few days. I attempted to play a game as Finland in this mod. In fact, I tried to play multiple. Hours upon hours were spent trying to get something out of this playthrough, and there is stuff to get out of it, but the game wouldn't let me. So here is 10 minutes complaining about this focus tree and Cold War Iron Curtain. So I've turned historical AI focuses off. And now we're going to see whether Finland becomes more interesting. I played the game like normal, deleting my army, expecting to be in it for the long haul. I wasn't planning to go to war anytime soon, so deleting my army is just fine. By the way, I do this because army costs money, and I want to save money. Especially since we owe a ton of reparations to the Soviet Union with the whole continuation war. My main aim was to go communist. In fact, there's a whole super event for Red Finland, which I will show you later in this video, and then attack all of my Scandinavian neighbors and establish a communist bloc there. Unfortunately, things did not turn out this way. All of the displaced Finns. Yo, you know what I noticed? This is one state, from the border of Finland all the way, including Leningrad, to like Novgorod. Anyway, most of my time in the 1950s was spent building my economy, and over time my GDP eventually got higher than Norway and Sweden. Throughout this time we were flip-flopping back and forth between socialism, liberal conservatism and centrism, only being able to turn socialist because our president died, which then resulted in an emergency election which was rigged by the Soviets. While she has no chance in a fair election, with some Soviet meddling she might have a chance to win. We're gonna get Hetera with 51% of the votes. There she is. All right, Soviets will. Okay, so basically the Soviets rigged to the German reunification. They always reunify. We're still the Republic of Finland, but if you guys are familiar with this mod, it takes a very long time for things to happen. It's kind of realistic. So that's what I expected. This was just the first step into becoming Marxist-Leninist. Negotiations on the return of Pohjola. Oh yeah, the Soviets also have this naval base like right next to Helsinki that we really nicely asked for back. And they said yes, so it didn't end up being a problem. Day of return. We got it. That's the port. I think they're returning it. Wait, here, sigh of relief. Becomes controller. Lovely. After the return of Trellaleo Pohjola, we then somehow switched back from socialism to the centrist guy, and then he died again, and then it was supposed to put the female back in charge, but then it didn't work, and it left the guy, like the ghost, running the country. Well, we don't have the leader that we're supposed to. It's literally... Ugh. It doesn't make any sense. I could already sense something was off with this playthrough, and I could have not been more right. While our path to socialism has been started successfully, it seems like we must tone it down. According to security police, more right-wing elements are starting to unify. Finally, the year 1960 came around, and this is when we got a brand new focus tree, and there looked like there was one really cool sub-tree on it, but it was locked, so I patiently kept putting hours into this game, waiting for it to unlock. Mind you, that would never happen, and that is the tree that actually turns me communist. Without it, I couldn't justify war goals or really do anything. Years go by, 1961, 62, 63, then this is long amounts of my time as well, because by now the game isn't running as fast as it normally does. By now my army had reached a total of 400,000 and was way stronger than anyone around me apart from the Soviet Union. Student protests made our current socialist president resign. I was like, yes, this is it, we're gonna become Marxist-Leninists, it's gonna happen. Prepare for the extraordinary elections. Let's see what this does. Centrist or socialism? We're going socialist. Perfect. We are now socialist, and I bet you nothing is going to happen. It was yet again the same thing as all the other events. We just got a socialist president, and nothing happened. That focus tree that actually turns you communist wouldn't unlock, even into 1970. And it doesn't give me any hint on what needs to happen for it to be unlocked. I did the focus with no checks, and there's a whole super event, and also there's a decision you have to make, like it's in the game. I'm not sure if the focus tree just isn't finished, but why would it be there? Get it finished. Anyway, it might not be finished, but why would they put it in if it wasn't? And I can't see... I chose the SKDL every time because they're the most socialist. But I can't see like how this would become available to be done. I decided to just do no checks and complete the focus tree as if it had unlocked. And well, here is the rest of the gameplay. 1970, SKP takeover. It's time. There it is. Red Finland. It's such a shame because it's a really good super event. It would have been great to come across naturally. Anyway, we have a choice of leader. One is more of a peaceful communist guy, and the other guy is a Stalinist. And of course, I was going to go to war with Sweden, so I chose the Stalinist guy. Stalinist. I want the Stalinist dude. Give me him. There we go. New flag. New leader. Finnish Democratic Republic. This is what we're talking about. Alright, justifying. Let's go. 105 days. I had built up my supply on the Swedish border, so things were looking fine there, and I also wanted to launch a naval invasion behind the army, as we would have supremacy in the sea because I also built up a navy. Trust me, I had a lot of time to prepare. Let's go. God, are we going to be able to take this? Come on. Yes. I feel like I should put some of my divisions here. My guys landed and tried to hold out for as long as possible when my tanks pushed towards the south. Alright, we're actually pushing into Sweden. This is good. Boom. Oh, here we go. We got supply now, and it's just working really well. Once I'd secured some supply hubs, I just began overrunning them and circling them left, right, and center. Yep. There's like 4 more divisions just gone. Oh my days. That's so many. 3 tank divisions. Oh, that's unfortunate. Needless to say, it would have not been long before it was over. This is crazy. Anyway, Stockholm. Let's go. Oh my god, the game crashed. Oh, this was fine though. I'll just reload my autosave and it will be okay. But that's only a setback of a few months, so I don't really mind. However, I made one fateful mistake. I turned on the autosave to monthly. I did this because if it was going to crash again, I'd be able to save a more recent file. However, when I try to reload the game, it would do the problem where it crashes at a specific date, and I know how to fix this. You have to start a brand new game, let it run for a while, and then go back to your old save. And then tragedy struck. What? Oh, I give up. I actually give up. It overwrit my... Oh, no. Oh, because I turned it on the autosave on monthly, didn't I? You're joking. Oh, you're joking. Cold Rhine Curtain, count your days. Count your days. Oh my god, I'm not even communist. Oh, this is my latest save. Yep, and I was not about to go through everything I just did again. I can't do it, look. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, look at this, with the Finnish Democratic Republic. Whoa! This is the Finnish... We did it, guys. We did it. And not to mention, there was a whole other playthrough I did before this where I went centrist and nothing happened, of course. I don't know why I thought going centrist was a good idea. Who knows, though? Maybe you need to go centrist to unlock the communist path by something. Anyway, I appreciate you actually spending the time to watch this video despite my constant complaining. The problem with this mod is that it takes so long for anything to happen. Like when you start a game, it's a commitment. Which isn't a problem on its own, but when I start a game and commit to it, I want to know that I'm going to get a good result out of it. Whereas with this mod, you can't see your future focuses and you don't know if it's just going to be a nothing burger. And it's not exactly popular, so there isn't any guides. So even if you know there's a good path, you don't know if you're taking the right steps to execute it and then just wasting so many hours. Hell, I probably could have started this playthrough at the 1960 start date and saved myself a whole 11 years. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be a lot better.